Russian Revolution of 1917. What caused the Russian Revolution of 1917? Corruption and inefficiency were widespread in the imperial government, and ethnic minorities were eager to escape Russian domination. Peasants, workers, and soldiers finally rose up after the enormous and largely pointless slaughter of World War I destroyed Russia's economy as well as its prestige as a European power. Why is it called the October Revolution if it took place in November? In February 1918, Soviet Russia adopted the Gregorian calendar, which was already being used across Western Europe. This replaced the Julian calendar, which was 13 days behind. Where both dates before February 1918 are given in the timeline, the Gregorian date is first, with the Julian date in brackets. Timeline of Russian Revolution. July 1914. Martial law declared in the Russian Empire. July 28, 1914. Declaration of war by Austria-Hungary on Serbia begins the First World War. August 1915. Tsar Nicholas II leaves the Russian heartland for the wartime front. June-July 1916. The Brusilov offensive signifies the last major Russian military success of the war. January 1917. The Mensheviks call for nationwide revolution in Russia. February 23, 1917. The February Revolution begins in St. Petersburg on International Women's Day and the provisional government is established as the ruling administrative power in the empire. February 27, 1917. The Tsar orders the use of violence to quell civil unrest. February 28, 1917. Soldiers mutiny against the government and the Petrograd Soviet is formed. March 2, 1917. Tsar Nicholas II abdicates the throne. April 4, 1917. Lenin publishes his April theses condemning the provisional government for its incapacity to call an end to the imperialist war that Russia found itself in and calls for further revolution in Russia. June 1917. The June offensive fails, further exacerbating Russian hardship caused by an increasingly costly war. August 1917. General Lavrov Kornilov attempts to seize control of power from the provisional government in what is deemed the Kornilov Affair. October 24, 1917. Provisional forces move against the Bolsheviks in St. Petersburg. October 25, 1917. Bolshevik revolutionaries storm the Winter Palace and seize control of power from the provisional government. March 3, 1918. The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk is signed, withdrawing Russia from the First World War, ceding much of the former territory of the Russian Empire. Late March 1918. October 1922. The Russian Civil War rages until the Bolsheviks consolidate power, forming the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics on December 30, 1922. Consequences of Russian Revolution. The various consequences of the Russian Revolution are mentioned below. The formation of the new government of the Bolshevik Party under Lenin, which was later known as the Communist Party. The formation of the secret police, which was known as Cheka by the Bolsheviks after the revolution, which helped Lenin to establish his powers in Russia. Distribution of the farmland to the farmers and factories to the workers. Nationalization of the banks and formation of the council at a national level to run the economy. Russia pulls itself out of World War I with the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. The end of the rule of Tsars with the execution of Nicholas II, his wife, and children. Cruel methods were being adopted by Lenin for both criminals and political prisoners. The decrease in industrial production was seen and skilled workers fled the country. The Civil War from 1918 to 1920.